All right, we are officially live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my fellow YouTubians and comic collectors throughout the world. My name is Chris, and this is my channel. We love comics, and I want to thank you so much for taking the time. And Horror Breakdown, I don't know how you do it. You are always first. As soon as I do a live stream, I do these without any notification. You are incredible. So, Horror Breakdown, welcome. Game Lover Omega. Florence, another one, always here. Same thing with Comic Lover Omega. Ruben, welcome. I always do these last second, and I'll be amazed each and every time. Bake the Snake. It's nice to see some of the regular people coming in over and over again, my regular subscribers. So we got Bake the Snake, we got Read Comics, Gizmo, we got Rudy. We got 4-color commentary. Thank you so much. Let me turn on the video camera so you can see me. And I always make sure I say hello to the people that get here early. So, Theory23, Jeffrey, welcome. British at Heart. Good to see familiar faces. Well, familiar usernames anyway. But let me put on the video camera, because I have, and John, hello. I have a Grail investment comic that I want to do a live unboxing with. Andy, welcome. He says, happy to catch me live. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Let me see. Horror Breakdown says, I work in an office, so easy to see notification come up on my desktop. That's awesome. Hopefully you're not in an office where you're helping to land planes. So we'll just leave it that way. But Dan, welcome. Andy, good to see you. All right, so for those of you who've been watching my videos know that my wife and I have decided that we want to get the heck out of New York. We want to move somewhere warmer, somewhere cheaper. Again, we're still in the trying to figure out where we want to move. A lot of people have made some very good suggestions. We definitely want to move somewhere where there's going to be water, for one, like an ocean. So it's definitely got to be somewhere along the coast, either West Coast or East Coast. Got to have the potential of a palm tree or two. And it's got to be a warm place to live. Now, I am selling a bunch of my extra comics. I'm not selling my entire collection. I'm only selling my duplicates. And that's one of the reasons why I tell people all the time, get multiple copies. So this way, you'll always have your original collection, and you could do trades and things like that. So Adam says, Georgia's warm and cheap. That's one place that we might be looking at. So thank you for that. But what I realized is, I'm not going to sell $200,000 worth of comic books selling these. I mean, I have to be realistic. So what I've decided to do is, with the money, some of the money that I've made, I'm investing in other comics to turn around and sell those. Now, I officially could get an Amazing Fantasy 15. Now, make no mistake, it would be like a 0.5. But I know that if I bought that, because that's my white whale, that's my ultimate holy grail, I know I would have a problem selling that. And I'm doing this for the sole purpose of being able to get money to buy a house. So the thing that makes me proud is knowing that I went from a bank account that got as low as $700 to the ability of being able to buy an extremely low grade, but Amazing Fantasy 15. I could have done it, but like I said, I didn't want to do it. So it's not going to be in here, but this is a book that I am proud to show you guys, and I want to give people the ability to know that if you are able to get multiple copies of books, and you can get them at cheap prices, I mean, even at today's standards, there's always deals. You can sell or trade a bunch of your duplicates, still have the original comic, and be able to upgrade to something you might like. Now, I'm not going to be keeping this book for a long time. When you see the book, you'll understand, because it will have to do with the fact of certain characters coming into the MCU. So I'm planning in advance that this book is going to become a very hot book. So I've made a good deal with this, and of course I always mention the price. And this is a graded book, but I will be taking it out, and because I want to verify one particular thing, and I'll explain when you see it. But I also, from the pictures I saw, I think this could be pressed and maybe brought up maybe 0.5. I don't think it would go more than that. So if you guys want to make your predictions, like I see some people are doing, you are more than welcome to. And I am still selling like I said, not my entire comic collection, but I am selling my duplicates of comics. If you're not familiar with that, if you look at the description, all the way at the bottom, it'll give all the outlines. As far as the major comics, I only have like enough of the duplicates left for maybe 1 or 2 more of the platinums. So keep that in mind. And also remember, you're getting 20 comics. So even at the platinum package, that averages out to about $250 a comic. There will be comics that are worth more than that, but, you know, just keep in mind. And also, if you get the very lowest comic, the lowest 2, they're going to be generic comics. So don't expect, you know, Hulk 181s in that kind of thing. All right, so this is exactly what they showed me. Here is the back. So it is a Silver Age book, and this is going to be well, let me just show you. So here is the book. Fantastic Four, issue number 1 at a 2.5 and signed by Stan Lee. Now, the signature is on the inside of the book, which means this book was signed years ago. Because back in my days, and I make it sound like I'm so old, but back in my days when I went to Comic Cons, most of the time they wouldn't sign the front. They would open it up and get the first page signed. So I do want to make sure it's in there, so I will be opening this. Now, one thing they said is, it says right here that there is glue on the spine. Now, the seller told me that it once had glue on it, but they had it removed, and the cover's actually detached. So it's no longer attached or glued to the cover. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to look and see, maybe if I see like a little spot of glue, and just tear that little piece out. So it won't end up affecting the grade at all if it's something minuscule, and I'll just get it re-slabbed. But it's signed by Stan Lee. Now, if you go to GoCollect.com, a Fantastic Four #1 unsigned goes for $7,250. I didn't pay that. Now, the person had this for sale for $59.95, plus I believe it was $50 shipping and handling, which, you know, is a little high. So, they didn't have a best offer, I believe. I contacted them. We went back and forth a little bit, and they said they would take it off of eBay if it doesn't sell. If it doesn't sell, they won't relist it on eBay, and they will contact me, and we'll do it off-site. So I'm like, all right, as long as you're going to just let it end up, if it doesn't sell, let me know. If you're not relisting it, I'll get it off there, and they'll save themselves some eBay fees. Well, it ended up, didn't sell, which I was surprised at $59.95, because that's pretty darn good considering it's got a Stan Lee signature. I got them down. I said, first of all, can I get free shipping? So that took $40 off right there. And I got them down to $5,000 for this book. So I saved over $1,000 off of the price that they wanted for this book. The Fantastic Four, when they make the MCU, this book is going to be a very desirable book. It is going to go up. So like I said in the video I did the other day, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and all of those characters, Deadpool, are books that you should be getting right now, because when they start getting into the MCU, it's going to create a demand, which is going to make more people want these books, which is going to increase the emotional part. Remember, I talked about that. There's going to be a lot of people emotionally saying, oh, I need to get these books now, and the prices are going to go up. So for me, I could not pass up on the opportunity to wait a couple of months, because at the end of this month, it's now official. So who knows if they already started making things. So it might be 6 months, it might be a year. But like I said, we don't even know where we're moving yet. So it's not like I have to move tomorrow, and we couldn't even if we did. So this is a book I'll hold on to for about 6 months to maybe a year's tops. When they first announce officially a movie, I mean, this could end up being an $8,000-9,000 book when all's said and done. So for a $5,000 investment with free shipping, I could not pass this up. I do have a 0.5, which is, interesting. Most people, because they love CGC, my 0.5 has a facsimile cover and a different back cover. So they had a facsimile front cover and a different back cover, and they graded it a 0.5, not restored, blue label. And I'll show it to you. Give me a second. Oh, I lied. It is a purple label. My bad. But they didn't grade it a no grade or anything, but it's a 0.5. But I only paid $457 for this book. So basically, it's coverless with a facsimile front cover and a comic from another comic in the back. Yeah, awkward pause, yeah. So now I actually have 2 of these books. So this one is signed by Stan Lee. It's graded 2.5. I definitely am going to be breaking this open because I want to double check. Off-white to white pages. That's pretty amazing for a book from 1961. So for me, the comics I have sell a little bit of the extras, so I still have them. Upgrade to try and get some other books, and I'm going to basically focus on mostly Fantastic Four and X-Men at this point, preparing for the MCU. I mean, even something like some key books from Amazing Spider-Man, if you have an assumption of where you think the Spider-Man movies are going to go, those are good choices as well. But I want to show people that one of the main reasons, because I've had people say to me all the time, why do you keep getting the same books over and over again? Like I've shown, like I said, about 6 or 7 copies of Fantastic Four, number 49. I have like 4 copies of Fantastic Four 48. And people would be like, why do you keep buying the same thing? Well, because I bought several of those, I was able to sell a bunch of them and end up upgrading to another comic that I can turn around and sell to make a little bit more money for the ability to get my house. Because places that we're looking, it's definitely cheaper down south, but you're still looking about $150,000 to $200,000 to buy a house. And like I said, with losing all my jobs and everything, my bank account less than a month ago was down to $700. That's how seriously bad it got. So to go from $700 to around $150,000 is not going to be something that happens overnight unless I win the lottery. So if I win the lottery, I'll give away that 0.5 as a contest. So you guys, if you want to win this 0.5, cross your fingers and send all the prayers you can for me winning the lottery, because I will make a guarantee right now. I win the jackpot of a lottery so I can buy a real house. I will do a contest and give away this Fantastic Four 0.5. But even with it coverless and the facsimile, it still looks beautiful. Like I said, I only paid $457 for this book. A 0.5, unrestored, is around $2,000. So even if I sold this for $700, I almost doubled my money. So, I know some people are not going to understand. There's going to be people saying, oh, you said you'd never sell your books, and they'll make claims and all this. And that, I cannot live my life trying to please, especially some strangers that no matter what I say, they're going to find some kind of negative thing out of it anyway. But my purpose is to get a house. It's definitely got to be warmer. It's going to help my other business of making those pyramids and stuff like that, because it's got to be 70 degrees or more. If anybody else can come up with a plan where I can turn $700 into $150,000, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to listen to their information. But the way I feel to do it is by using the extra copies that you get of books and turning around and selling them. So I cannot stress enough, especially key issues like Giant Size X-Men #1, X-Men 94, Amazing Spider-Man 14, or any Amazing Spider-Man from 15 down. You can't go wrong with pretty much almost every one of those. Hulk 180, 181. You cannot get enough of those books. So if you are fortunate enough to find deals, and let's say you get 3 Hulk 180s, because Hulk 180s are not in the tens of $1,000 ranges unless you're talking 9.8. You can get a lower grade. I still can find them for under $200. But if you get 3 or 4 of those, and you trade 2 or 3 of them for a better book that you could not, quote-unquote, afford because you didn't have the cash for it, well, you found a better way to do it. So that's why some people do not understand the method to my madness. I can't control those people, and they don't see the bigger picture. So get multiple copies if you can, if you are worried or concerned or even wanting to do investments and maybe trade up someday. You don't even have to do it for investments. What if you wanted to get a Fantastic Four, and like me, you could not normally afford to get it? Well, if you have a bunch of other key books that you can combine as a package and even get a 0.5, well, you made the effort. So like I tell people, use the brain. Think of ideas. Each one of you has some kind of talent. Utilize it to get the things that you want. My talent has always been able to, make the most out of the little that I've had and try and build something with it. So RJ Taylor says, win the lottery, giveaway an AF-15 9.0, my dude. Geez, a 9.0. Yeah, that one probably won't happen. But, see, you try to give somebody something, and that's not enough. See, I wanted to give away a Fantastic Four number 1.5. Now they want a 9.0 AF-15. RJ Taylor, come on. But who knows? Maybe if I win the lottery and I can afford 3 or 4 of them, why not? We'll see what happens. But I got to win the lottery first, and with this guy's taste, it better be a high lottery without the taxes, because, remember, they take half of it in taxes right away. So that is the book. I got myself, it's $1,000 less than what they wanted it for. I made the deal happen. Like I said, they wanted either $40 or $50 just to ship it. I asked them if I could get it for free. They acknowledged. So I saved that, the shipping cost as well. I got it within 2 days. They wrapped it perfectly. They securely had it. I had to sign for it, which is fine. But I'm very happy with this book. I think one of the only major things is, as you can see there, there's a little piece missing, but, that's no big deal for me because I knew with the lower grade. But this looks pretty darn good. So I am going to crack it open because I do want to make sure the signature's in there. And I want to see, because like I said, there's like a trace little bit of glue, but they separated it from the book, so it's no longer glued to the book. So the seller said he couldn't understand why they still showed that. But if I see like a little dot, because, if somebody tries to glue it, you'll see almost like a little stain. So if I see a little dot worth of glue, I'll just rip that little piece out, and it's no longer a problem. And then that won't even be notified anymore. So there's always ways to fix things. But that's it. Let me do today's surprise subscriber shout out. If you appreciate my videos and you think some of my information helps, give it a thumbs up. I always appreciate it. Kelvin says, I'm seeing a unicorn behind you. Those My Little Pony keys. Here, I'll show you really quick. I got this. My wife loves unicorns. So, as a joke, one of the Christmas presents the other year, I got her this. It's the Squatty Potty unicorn. Poops rainbows. So I thought that was pretty funny. So at one point she had this alien hugger going around the face of it. I don't know if some people saw that. But yeah, so that's what that is. So no, I don't collect much My Little Pony. So No, my wife doesn't either, but she loves unicorns. So that's it. I want to give today's surprise subscriber shout out for the interesting request. RJ Taylor, I'm going to give that to you. He is definitely stressing it's a tax write-off. Well, I got to win the lottery first, so we'll see what happens. Not many 9.0 AF-15s, but yeah, I'd have to do something like make a video making fun of one of my haters or something. Make it really stick it to those people, not letting them qualify. So that's it. RG Taylor says, Chris, how long ago was the last Fantastic Four movie? Wasn't that 2015 that movie came out? So it wasn't that long ago. But I do know that as soon as I saw that movie bomb, I knew buying Fantastic Four books would be the best time. Because why? Like I tell people all the time, people base things on emotion. So people were getting rid of their Fantastic Four books. Those are people that don't think ahead. And that was a perfect buying opportunity. So, like I said, I bought 2 Fantastic Four 48s right off the bat, 5.0s. I either paid $257 or $357 for them, somewhere in that range. But those books are worth around $1,000 to $1,100 right now before anything has even been official in Marvel yet. So I cannot stress enough, X-Men and Fantastic Four are books you should be focusing on. Even the minor keys. Get what you can. You will not be disappointed. It's like I said in the video yesterday, and I hope you'll watch it. It's the closest to a guarantee of making a successful upgrade in the value of your comics, provided you bought them cheaper than somebody that might have bought them years ago. I mean, you'd literally have to buy these books 10 or 15 years ago to be able to see the difference in how high the prices will go because of these movies. In my lifetime, I haven't seen that. So it is an opportunity. It might be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Unless Marvel gets Spider-Man back, there's not going to be another kind of scenario like this happen for a very long time. And with Sony doing well with the partnership with the MCU, I don't see Sony giving up the Spider-Man rights anytime soon. So the deal that's going on with Fox and Disney is probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Take advantage of it. I was telling people this right after the Fantastic Four movie. I was telling people up and down, get these books. A lot of people hesitated. Like the Fantastic Four 49, you could have gotten a 3 to a 5.0 grade for under $75. Now you can't even get a 0.5 for that price. As a matter of fact, a 0.5 will cost you about $150 to $200. But you haven't seen the peak yet. So even if it's a 0.5, like I always say, low grade is better than no grade. I love this comic as much as I will love this comic. They're the same thing in my eyes. And RJ Taylor, there you go. He just left me a super chat, so thank you for that. That was really nice of you. So that $4.99 will go towards that Amazing Fantasy 9.0 for you. So I just need basically about $300,995.01 to go, and I'll be right there to give that comic book away. So, but that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I have a couple more keys that are on their way. Like I said, I'm buying these to upgrade so I can turn around and sell them to be able to get a house. So I still have every single comic that I've sold. I just make I wish I could make them. I have multiples of each one, so I could sell a couple of Fantastic Four 48s, 49s, things like that, and still have my original collection. So that's it. Thanks for watching. RJ Taylor, thank you very much. If you saw this until the end, make sure you tell us in the comment section when this uploads you are a power viewer, and give a shout out to RJ Taylor for being today's surprise subscriber shout out. Thank you very much, people. Love you all. I hope you have a great day. And don't forget, it's not you, it's not I, it's We Love Comics. Let's hope they do the Fantastic Four right. Peace out.